You guys really enjoyed the previous video, so today I am doing the third episode of adding your horrible ideas to Bloxburg. Before we start, I'm getting close to 200,000, so if you could subscribe and help me reach my goal by the end of 2024, I'd really appreciate it. Also, before anyone gets worried, I am not a Bloxburg developer and none of these updates are actually getting added to the game. They're just for entertainment. But with that being said, let's start off strong. Something that we do in Bloxburg and pretty much every single Roblox game is walk. It's a pretty important feature, so why not make some money off of it? I made it so that every time you try to walk, a prompt will pop up saying you need to pay for this feature. 1 Robux equals 1 second of walking, so if you got somewhere to be, you better start saving. This also works for every other action, such as jumping, going into build mode, and teleporting. Adding this feature would be great because everyone loves to spend their money on pointless things. If you've ever been in Bloxburg and seen a huge detailed house, chances are you've probably thought, wow, I wish I could delete that house. Well, now you can. If you want to get rid of someone's house, just go up to their mailbox and click on the Vote to Bulldoze button. Once you've done that, everyone in the server will get a pop-up. They can then vote on if the plot should be bulldozed. The options are yes and no, but I might have got a bit lazy and made the no button not work. So, when everyone has voted, the house will get bulldozed, and the money will split evenly between everyone in the server. So, it's a win-win, kind of. What's something everyone needs to do so they can see? Blink. So, I added blinking to Bloxburg. There is now a button on the side of your screen that'll make you blink every time you click it. You might be thinking, blinking is such an amazing update that Bloxburg should have had many years ago, and I'd agree. If you don't blink at least once every 30 seconds, your vision will start to get blurry and eventually get red. Be careful though, because leaving your vision like this for too long could make it permanent. If you're lazy and don't want to blink though, you can just buy the jump scare game pass. Every 30 seconds, you will get a jump scare that makes you flinch. And when you flinch, you blink. So problem solved. Speaking of jump scares, let's talk about a very loud update. Bloxburg just added a ton of new ambient sound effects depending on where you are, and they sound really good, but unfortunately a lot of people play Bloxburg with their audio off. So to play Bloxburg, you are now required to turn your volume on, and every sound effect in the game is now 50 times louder. Why? I don't know. The nice part about this feature is that everyone's hearing will get so bad that the sound effects will eventually sound normal again. I know I've done fall damage in a previous video, but let's go a bit more into detail with realistic physics. Now, if you run into a wall, there's a pretty high chance that you'll break your nose or get knocked out. If you're swimming, you'll constantly have to swim upwards or else you'll drown. If you get hit while riding a street bike, moped, or bicycle, instead of just stopping, you'll now go flying, and the chances of slipping while on a steep hill are now a lot higher. These changes will make Bloxburg have more immersion and will also help teach people to not run into walls or something. Bloxburg has been around for a little over 8 years now, and some players that started back then are still playing to this day, which means they're getting old. So I added a retirement home for people that have played Bloxburg for 5 or more years. Here's some of the activities you can do. You can sleep, watch some TV, eat some of the provided food, you can do a little bit of sleeping, you can play some board games with others, and to top it all off, you can do a little more sleeping. Bloxburg has been collecting our taxes for the past few years, so instead of letting Tom keep all of it, we should spend it on services and buildings for the city. The athletic skill has already been revamped, but let's make it more accurate to real life, with weight gain. Now, if you do not move around in Bloxburg, you'll begin to gain weight. Let's use Capto for example. Capto sits in build mode for almost 90% of his playtime on Bloxburg. That's a lot of sitting around and doing nothing, which means, as you can see, he has been gaining a lot of weight. It's gotten so bad that he can't stand by his mailbox anymore. He now has to sit in a reclining chair to build. But it's okay though, because Capto's made plans to start exercising. So hopefully, a few months from now, he'll be able to stand in build mode again. But back to the topic, this is a great feature that'll teach everyone to be healthier. If you make it to $0 on Bloxburg, that is the lowest amount of money you can have, which in my opinion is unrealistic. So I added the ability to go into debt. Once you go into debt, you will slowly lose items on your plot so that you can pay for your bills. And this will keep happening until you eventually have nothing on your plot. So when you have no money and nothing on your plot, what else can the game take to pay for taxes? Plot grids. If you do not have the large plot game pass, there are a total of 900 grids on your plot. So every time you gotta pay your bills while while you're in debt, one grid goes away. That means if you finally get out of debt with one grid left, those building a 1x1 house videos will actually be pretty useful. If you ever wondered how you can place thousands of the same object in build mode without ever running out, yeah, me too. So we're gonna change it. Now, build mode items have stock, because they need to come from somewhere. Depending on the size of the object, there will be more or less stock. For example, you can place up to 10 potted plants on your plot, but you can only place one car, because there's no way this building can hold 50 cars. Don't worry though, because the items do restock once every 3 to 5 business days, not Bloxburg days, real days. Take a minute to think about what you do every time you play Bloxburg. You deliver pizzas to make money, you build on your plot, and that's pretty much it. So let's simplify Bloxburg a bit. Instead of having this huge city, now the map looks like this. We have 12 plots and a pizza planet. Not only will this make the game easier to understand, but it'll also make your performance much better, which will help you deliver pizzas even faster. And the final update is a 0.1% chance of getting abducted by aliens. Because why not? Bloxburg updated the observatory in 2023 and also posted this picture on Twitter, which means adding aliens, now that everyone's forgot about them, would be perfect. This will not go in the update log, so one day you'll randomly see someone get sucked up by a UFO, then disappear. Will they come back? No, probably not, but that's up to the aliens to decide. And that was some of your horrible ideas added to Bloxburg. If you have any horrible ideas, make sure to leave them down in the comments, and maybe I'll do a part 4. All of my socials are on the screen now and in the description if you want to follow me there. But that's it from me. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video.